many people are taking time to care about the environment.
America today buries 13 billion tons a year of waste, and the world buries a great deal more.
If we keep throwing away more garbage, the Earth is going to look like a junkyard.
All of it is seen as kind of having an environmental and economic cost, and yet it contains elements that within the materials are actually quite valuable.
Well, if you recycle, it's just not like throwing things away. It's like much better, because you can like use it again, keep on using it.
And so the question is, how can you turn this so it's not a cost environmentally or socially, economically, but it's a gain?
It's a radically new way of thinking about technology, technology development, and sustainable development, and the implications that the human beings can have on that equation.
The notion, for example, long held in our country and elsewhere, that economic development and environmental protection are fundamentally at odds. To the extent we can demonstrate with a specific example that that's not necessarily the case, we can change the underlying philosophy with which environmental issues are handled.
To look at waste no longer as a liability, but actually as an asset, something that can be valuable, something that we can take, break down, and rebuild into usable products in a way that was never possible before.
We have an answer that the world is seeking so desperately.
Molten metal technology. It's a startling set of ideas, a new way of thinking. Somehow, with this new perspective, familiar chemistries, technologies, and mechanics can be combined into a revolutionary new process. A process that recycles waste into useful raw materials. A process that can handle hazardous, non-hazardous, and radioactive wastes. A process that is both cost-effective and environmentally sound. A process both viable and effective over a long period of time. A truly sustainable solution. A patented process known as catalytic extraction processing, or CEP. Industry, governments, and households generate wastes in all physical forms: solids, liquids, sludges, and gases. The CEP process recycles these wastes by injecting them into a bath of molten metal. Chemically, waste is made up of elements bonded into molecules. The molten metal acts as a catalytic solvent, breaking molecular bonds and reducing compounds to their elements. The elements are then reconfigured to create useful materials. Products are then recovered from the molten metal bath in 3 phases: gases, ceramics, and metals, and are then returned to commerce. Radioactive waste often contains small amounts of radionuclides that are contaminating a larger mass. The CEP process separates the radioactive elements from the non-radioactive elements. Valuable products can then be recycled from the non-radioactive material. The volume of radioactive waste is reduced by a ratio of at least 30 to 1, and sometimes as much as 1,000 to 1. The radionuclides are encased in a stable form. And during this process, CEP uses a sealed vessel that produces no toxic air pollution, such as dioxins, no hazardous wastewater, and no ash.
The chemistry that we're finding out is very exciting. The application of that chemistry, the new solvent, a metal solvent, as opposed to, an organic-based solvent or an inorganic solvent like water, allows you to do wildly different things.
Technology is only part of the story behind molten metal technology. It is also a remarkable group of people, distinguished in their fields, who come together to tell a compelling story of commitment and dedication.
So we've been really fortunate to get really brilliant, focused, solid people.
People were very committed to the environment and saving it for our generation and future generations.
You can say to your nieces and nephews and your grandchildren that you are making a difference, and that's important.
I do believe that our process will benefit everyone.
We will make the world a better place because we're doing what we're doing today.
You're taking a group of people and you're taking it, and the sum of its parts is greater than the individual parts by themselves. And you can say that about the technology itself.
Together, this unique process and these dedicated people offer today's problems of waste disposal the first real commercially viable solution, now and for the future.
bringing on and developing a new, innovative environmental technology is not an easy thing to do, but it's an exciting thing to do.
And you get a chance to come in here and say, well, I think this is the way we should do it, and then actually see that happen.
I think most of us have a feeling that we're pretty darn good at something and probably better at something than anybody in the whole world is.
I'm primarily here because I was infected with the enthusiasm of the can-do attitude and the dynamic people that work here at Molten Metal.
You know, I really always wanted what I did to matter to me.
I think that it's kind of nice to be paid to work in a company where you totally believe in what the goals and objectives are.
We all wouldn't be here if we didn't believe in it.
When you look at what's important in our own lives, and you think about work, you think about family, you think about your spirit, you think about your physical health, that type of balance in your life is very much a part of the culture here as well.
People like to come to work here. I have never woken up thinking that I didn't want to go to work today.
You don't get the kind of hard work from people that is going to really make that happen if it's not just a lot of fun to do it.
Let's face it, that's what the company's all about, is the people.
I've never had as much fun as I have working here.
I love my job here.
It's fun. Definitely fun.
And I think a lot of people around here do have a lot of fun. I know I do.
You know, you have to be able to play ping pong.
I am a scientist.
Working should be fun.
When you finally stop and catch your breath or something, you can look back and say, wow, you know, we really have done something here. And
it's just a new paradigm. It's a whole new way of thinking about handling and dealing with waste. And I think that that's the exciting part about it, is that there are relatively few solutions that are as environmentally friendly as this one. I can't think of any other one. And that has as many applications as it can to as many different kinds of waste without any negative impact on the environment. And you can't help but be excited about that.
We are interested in trying to figure out a way to change the world. Just a little bit, maybe, and just in our corner of it, but a little bit and in our corner of it.
I don't know how you describe it, but it's the kind of feeling that when you leave work and you're heading home, you want to go, yes.